Hey, what's up, Lightbolt Joe here. Today we are going to discuss the brand new 2022 Netflix show Partner Track. This is based off of a best-selling book, The Partner Track. Never read the book. I only watched this show because Arden Cho is in this, and I do that a lot. I watch projects, shows, movies, theater, whatever, because certain actors or actresses are in it. And Arden was shafted by Teen Wolf. Her character in Teen Wolf was shafted, just thrown to the desert, off to be with the Skinwalkers, and then never seen again. And she was offered like pennies to reprise her role in the film. And I remember some interview she had, and she's like, "I got bills to pay," and it was so funny. But then she was given the leading role of this show, kind of right after that, and I was so excited. I was like, "Yes, she's leading. It's 10 episodes on Netflix. I can't wait." It was announced she's going to play the character of June in the Netflix live action show Avatar: The Last Airbender. So excited. Cannot wait. Her riding that Rhino Lizard is going to be insane. I'm so excited. So, I love Arden show. This was a bad show. And it's unfortunate because Arden does a great job with the character she's given. Some parts just seem so forced, my God. But I don't understand the plot. Excuse me. I don't understand the subplots, because the main plot is her conquest of getting partner in this law firm. And it was, how do I explain this? The beginning was bad, and the first episode was terrible. It was a bad introduction. And again, I only watched it because Arden's in it. And then you start to like, okay, well, what happens next? Okay, well, this happens. So what happens next, right? The first like 4, 5 episodes, there's two characters in it, Dan and Nick. And Nick starts to become Arden's character, of Ingrid, her love interest. But then she also likes this guy from London. His name is Jeff Murphy, who she has history with. And he has heterochromia, which is incredible. Fun fact, that's when one eye is one color, another eye is a different color. Or one eye is one color, one eye is multicolored. Or multicolor eyes on both parts. Heterochromia, it's a genetic mutation that affects the irises. My favorite human trait. And he has it. He has one blue eye and he has a blue and brown eye. So cool. And it was one of those blink and you'd miss it kind of things. But I know heterochromia, so of course I knew that. Now, the character of Dan is racist. And he's a spoiled rich white kid, right? And then he goes on a comedy binge at this company retreat, says racist stuff, and is slapped on the wrist and then made partner. At the very end. Right? But there's like 4 episodes where Dan's not there. And it's weird because it's this whole big thing that there's an investigation of the misconduct, and it's a matter of, well, okay, well, he's going to get reprimanded and it's a mark on his record, and he's going to do this and he's going to do that and he's going to do this and he's going to do that. But none of that's shown. None of it happens. And the little snippets you have of him popping up in a scene here, popping up in a scene there, you can't really tell if anything actually changed or not. And it's weird because he's in a lot of scenes. He's in a lot of plot in the beginning of the show. And then shafted. Why? The character of Nick. A lot of plot points. A lot of subplots. And then he catches Ingrid sleeping with Murphy on Thanksgiving. And then he's gone. Why? You're bringing this very wealthy character into the mix of a very prestigious law firm that handles very wealthy clients. Why is he just gone then? That's it. There's the whole big thing about Ingrid's sister Lena stealing earrings and taking her identity. His earrings, mind you. His mom's earrings. And stuff. But then he's just gone. Shafted. A lot of the plots fizzle and disappear. And it doesn't make sense because that's not how you tell a story. So the main plot point of Ingrid getting partner, which then she didn't get partner, and then she's on a revenge binge to get back at the firm, because it's a matter of white versus non-white. And why non-white is still being treated as second-class citizens, etc. Right? I'm all for the power movement. I get it. Okay, I understand it, but it was odd watching these strong characters be so submissive, and then it was odd watching these characters do things that they know they're not supposed to do, cheating on whom with this person and sleeping with that person, and I'm in a committed relationship, but I'm going to sleep with you anyway. Like, I can't feel bad for you. Like, you know you're doing stuff that's wrong. I can't feel bad for you. It was very unfortunate. I feel like the talent was great, but the material was not. And Arden Cho deserves the world. I will die on this hill. She deserves the world. And I honestly, I didn't even intend to wear a Teen Wolf merch during this, but it's in my cycle of hoodies. And here we are. But it was not renewed, so it's one and done. 10 episodes, season one. It was canceled a couple months after it was released. I know no fun facts. That's it. It's unfortunate. I watched it. Oh, I think I also want to point out, again, with going into the disjointed story, and it was more so in the beginning than it was the last 5 episodes. The first 5 episodes felt like they were supposed to be a musical, not the last 5. And I don't know if there was a difference between the writing. I didn't care to look, to be honest, just because I just didn't like it. So I had no need to know who wrote it. The first 5 episodes were very much a musical, without the music, and I've explained this a few times. I've said certain projects felt like a musical without the music. The best way to say it is when you're watching a musical, when you're watching a show, any form of stage production or movie musical, the story is brought up and then an emotional peak hits. And then a song normally carries the story further to elicit more plot points, to elicit more emotion, stuff like that, right? So this series had, and again, more in the beginning than the end, characters would go through these emotional things, and then the dramatic aspect would build up, and then there was the dramatic pause, and you're waiting for a song, and it doesn't happen, and then we just blatantly cut to the next scene, and I'm like, this is a missed opportunity, because if you're doing it this way, give us a musical song that brings us to the next part of the story. So a musical is like this, right? It's an up and down, it's a beautiful roller coaster, screams and turns and highs and lows, right? But the car still gets you to the story. The car brings you to the different levels of emotion within the story. This show, I can't compare it to a ride, but it brings you up and then it just drops you down, just flat, gone. And then it'll bring you up again and then flat down. There's no smooth up and down like a musical. This was just beep, burp, beep, burp. No, that's not how you tell a story. And I'm pretty sure that's why it was not picked up for a second season. The story was just too disjointed. There was no consistency. There was no emotional connection to certain characters when they're doing something wrong, and you know they're doing something wrong, and they know they're doing something wrong. And you're like, I can't, you're doing a woe is me. And I'm like, nah, bro, like, you messed up. Own it. We watched it. We did it. On to the next review. Which mahalo.